Okay. Assalamu alaikum boys. Today I'm going to take your English second part class, and all of you have already joined with me, and you know that this topic I'm going to take, and I'm going to take on the topic of article. So it's one of the most important topic of your syllabus. Also, it's one of the common topic of your syllabus. So let me start this topic. Dog and apple and
Assalamualaikum.
Baba. So, boys, first of all, I have written three examples. First of all, okay. First of all, you have to know what an article is. So, therefore, where I have written a dog, an apple, and the river Kolpa. So, I have written three examples for indicating three different things. So, when we will use a, an, and the to indicate a fixed thing or not a fixed thing or unfixed thing is called an article. It's called an article. So, boys, when it's clear that what is article. So, in short, we can tell that a, an, and the is called article. It's called article. So, after knowing what is an article, you have to know the classification of article. You have to know the classification of article. We have two kinds of article. All of you know that we have two kinds of article. First one is indefinite article and second one is definite article. Today we will discuss about indefinite article. So we have some rules and we have to know when we will use a and when you will use and when we will use an. Okay, so if you want to use article, first of all, you have to know the English letters and you have to know vowel and consonant. So, who can tell me what is vowel? What is vowel? And what is consonant? Is there anybody who can tell me what is vowel? Please raise your hand. Okay. So, after finishing my lecture, you will be able to ask me question. And I will also do the same. Okay. So, A, E, I, O, and U. These five letters are called vowel. And rest of the letters are called consonant. So these are called vowels. These are vowels later. These are vowel letters. Let's back to the rule. Rule 1. Rule 1. First of all, I will give some example and then what I will do that I will explain you the rule. A, N-I-O-N. A unicorn. A university. A university. So I have written here 3 examples, and I have used a union, a uniform, a university. I have just told you that when and you have we have general rules for using indefinite article. Okay, I have and you have to, first of all, you have to know indefinite article. Indefinite article. So, sorry, first of all, you have to know what is an indefinite article. He is a boy. He is the first boy of the class. Here we are indicating a boy, and here we indicating the first boy. When a person or when a thing will be indicated, but it is not a fixed thing or is not a fixed person. A boy anyone can be a boy. Then it will be called an indefinite article. And when and when it will be fixed, when we will fix the to show or to indicating and for indicating a fixed person or a fixed thing. Like I have written down the name of a river, the Padma. Then it will be called definite article. Is it? So, do you have any question regarding this indefinite and definite article, boys? Do you have any question? Yes, please ask me question if you have any question regarding understanding indefinite and definite article. Do you have any question? So you have all understood the indefinite and definite article, is it? But speak out. You don't have any problem, is it? Okay. Okay. So boys, do you have any problem regarding understanding this indefinite and definite article?
No, miss. No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, miss.
Okay. So I can start from the examples. Okay. Okay. So boys, now we have well understood that what is definite and what is indefinite article. So he is a boy, that is called indefinite and the is called definite article. So a common rule is when any word will starts with vowel, then we have to use an before the word, like an apple, an apple, an ant, an ant, and a clock, a clock, a clock, book. So boys, here we are using indefinite article. An apple, an ant, a clock, and a book. Here, look. The two first words has begin with A, E, I, O, U. That means A, vowel. And so we are using N here. And here we have also used N. And in these two words, it starts with it starts with consonant. That's why we are using A here. So this is the general rules of article, that if a word starts with vowel, then we have to use N. And if a word starts with consonant later, then we have to use A. Okay. So besides these common rules for indefinite article, we have some uncommon rules. So let's have a look of rules 2. So that was rules 1. Union, uniform, university. I have just told you that if a word starts with vowel, U is obviously a vowel. We know that U is obviously a vowel. But why we are using A here? Why we are using A here? So when when the vowel U is spelled like union, uniform, and university. Then we have to use A. You have to use A before the word. So boys, it's clear that when you will be spelled or sound, when you will be spelled or sound like you, then we have to use A instead of using N before the word, like union, uniform, university. So U is spelling here, U is sounds here. That's why we are using A here. Okay, now rules 3. Rules 3. Okay. And here I have written down an umbrella and unfortunate boy. An umbrella, an unfortunate boy, an ugly picture, and etc. An ugly picture. Here you can also see that I have used U before union, uniform, university, and I'm using N before umbrella, unfortunate boy, and ugly picture. So why I am using N instead of using A here? The answer is when a vowel word will be spelled or will be sound like A. Will be sound like A, then we have to use N. Okay? So an umbrella, an unfortunate boy, an ugly picture. Unfortunate, umbrella, ugly. So this U or this vowel is vowel sounds like A. Sounds like A, and A is also a vowel. That's why we are using N here. So it is clear? Okay. Boys, I think that all of you have understood that when U is spelled, then we have to use okay, rule. Where is my marker? Rule 3. And an orange. And open field. And opera. So boys, here audience of open field opera. These words has started with O. Has started with O, and it is one of the common rule that when a word is started with O, we have to use N before the word. Okay, but we have an exceptional rule that a 1 taka note, a one eyed man. So boys, I have just written an orange and open field and opera. But when we write down 1, then we have to use A before the word. This is exceptional rule. Okay. So boys, so here 1 O is spelling like 1. That's why we are using A here. That's why we are using A here. Okay. Next rule 0, 4. And honest. An honest man. And hour. And an honest man and hour. So boys, another rule is that A, E, I, O, U is our vowel. But here we are using N before honest and before hour. So A is when A will not be spelled, when it will be withdrawn. When the spelling of A will be withdrawn, then we have to use N before the word. And a horse. A horse. A horse. A heroine. A heroic deed. So boys, in this words, I have used N here and I have used A here. So a horse. When A will be spelled or A will sound like A, then we have to use A before the word. But when A will not be spelled like A, then we have to use N before this sort of word. So boys, now please, if you have any question regarding these rules, you may ask me question. Or if you well understood, then you can tell me that yes, all has done. Okay, boys, do you have any problem regarding these rules? Farhan, do you have any problem? Sadman, Moimanul, you don't have any problem, is it? Okay, I will ask you question.
No, miss.
Okay, thank you, boys.
No, miss.
If you don't understand any kind of rules, then you can raise your hands. Then I will let you to ask me question. So prepare yourself after when we will at an age of our class, I will ask question. Okay, boys. So, rule 05. We know that we have some abbreviated words. We have some abbreviated words like L, L, B, M, A, B, A, LLB, MA, BA, BSc, BSc, B, sorry, BCom, BCom. So we have this source of abbreviated word M, B, B, S, FRCS, FRCS. So boys, what type of article A or M I will use before LLB, MA, MBBS, FRCS, and before BA, BSc, BCom. BA, BSc, BCom. Yes. And LLB and M and MA and MBBS and FRCS. Now it's your turn. Boys, now it's your turn to answer me. Okay, Assam. Assam.
Yes,
Please tell me why I have written A before BSc.
মিস এখানে এল এল বি তে এখানে এল এ উচ্চারণ হয়েছে
No,
আর
I
বিয়েতে
have asked you to answer this one. BSc. B.
বিএসসি প্রথমে
With
কোনো
answer.
ভাওয়েল উচ্চারণ হয় না
Assam will answer. Assam, please tell me why I have used A here, BSc, before BSc.
It's because the B is the B
Okay.
sound
B,
is like a vowel. It's not as
no. B is our
it knows
consonant
it
letter,
starts
and
with a vowel.
it also spelled like consonant. It does
Sounds
not have
like
sounds of vowel. That's why we are using A before BSc. And another one, who is answering question, this one? Now, who can tell me why I have used N before M, A, before MA?
Miss, here M is consonant, but when we spell M, it spells like M. A comes here. That's why we are using N.
Okay. That means M is obviously consonant, but it sounds like when we spell it, it sounds like A. That means A is vowel sound. Is it?
yes, miss.
So we are using N before MA. Like this one, M is also here consonant, F is also consonant, and L is also consonant. Is it? M is also consonant, but when okay, so when the abbreviated word is, whether it is consistent with consonant, it doesn't fact or it doesn't matter. The matter is that when we will spell it, if it sounds like vowel, then we have to use N before the abbreviated words and before the Okay, before the abbreviated word, and when it will be sound like consonant later, then we will use a before the word. Okay, boys. So now I'm going to roll another rule. So I'm going to another rule. Okay. And an engineer, sorry, a driver. Here, I'm indicating two professional persons. Here, I have used an before engineer and a before driver. It doesn't matter that what types of profession they are indicating. The matter is that when it will sound like vowel or when it will starts with vowel later, then we have to use an and we have to use a before when it will sound like a consonant. So boys, an engineer and a driver. That is rule 07. Okay. Dozen, 100, 1,000, dozen, 100,000, couple. They are numeral expressions. So before a numeral expression, we have to use a. A dozen of eggs. A dozen of eggs. So before these words, a couple of dash. So this numeral expression, before these numeral expressions, we have to use a. Okay. So these are very common and this is a very important rule for you. Now it's time to ask you some question. Okay, boys, don't talk, but to whom I will ask, you will only answer. Okay. Okay, it will be so I'm writing down horse, honest, LLB, BA, university, umbrella, union, European. So boys, you have to answer me. I will ask to answer. Now, Farhan. Farhan, can you please answer me? Okay. Yes, I will ask you to answer. Okay. It's my pen is not working. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 8. Please, answer this one. Number 1. What will be the answer? A or N? A or A?
Miss A.
It will be A. Yes, very good. The answer will be a horse. And another one. Number 2. What we will use before on it?
N.
On it.
N.
LLB.
N.
NLB.
And LLB. And before
ABA.
BA.
A.
Okay.
A university.
An umbrella.
Is it correct?
A union.
A union.
A union.
No. Not correct. An umbrella and union. Is it correct?
মিস এ ইউনিভার্সিটি হবে
And European.
City for
Union.
মিস নাম্বার 5 এ ইউনিভার্সিটি
Yes, very good. University, and also it will be also
এ
yes, very good. It will be also A. And what we will use before European?
এন্ড ইউরোপিয়ান
A.
Miss
A
A.
uniform.
A.
What we will use before?
It's spelled like you.
ভুলে
It's
গেছো?
spelled like you.
Okay, yes, very good. It is spelling like you. That's why we are using
You.
for European. Okay. So boys, we have how many minutes we have left? We have 1 and 1
minute, 51 seconds.
And for day.
So boys, do you have any question regarding this truth or indefinite article? So,
Ma'am, homework.
okay. So boys, I think that all of you have understood the rules, and today, if we don't have enough time, so we will discuss it in our coming class. In our coming class. So boys, I will ask you to do some SW. So I hope that all you have copied my lecture. So I will let you to do some exercise from this lecture. And boys, so I'm taking leave for today, and in our coming lecture we will discuss about definite article. So boys, how was the class? I think it's good, and
আজকে কি কোনো হোমওয়ার্ক থাকবে না
enjoy it, and stay safe, stay home, and do
Class is so nice.
exercise from this lecture. Okay boys, assalamu alaikum and good night.
মিস এইচডব্লিউ টার্গেট
Alaikum assalam, miss.
Okay boys.
ম্যাম ওয়ালাইকুম